Hi, it's Rebecca from Angel Foods, and we're doing another live free video training all about Facebook advertising, how to boost posts, from using $10 a day or using $10 making $100 in one day. That was a really good trick, Rebecca. Did you enjoy it? All right, guys, to start up with, I like to check that people can hear me. So if you're watching from Google Plus or YouTube, if you come on over to our website, angelfoods.net/Facebook advertising-training. All right, so angelfoods.net, angelfoods.net/Facebook-advertising-training. All right, the guys that are live and on the website, thank you so much for being here. I like to start with checking people can hear me. So if you can type in the chat box below the video, that would be rocking. I'd love to hear where you are tuning in from, so where you are in the world, and also how you heard about this live video training. If you could tell me whether it was in Facebook or on social media, or what Facebook group or Facebook page, or if you're on my email list, that would be brilliant if you could type that in the chat box. And we'll be getting started very, very shortly on this training. Hopefully I don't trip over my words as much as I did in that beginning, because that was disgusting. That was terrible. All right, so I'm going to go check the chat box, see if people can hear me. Very shortly on this training. All right, sorry, whenever I flick over to that screen, it starts playing me automatically. So if I can hear me, I'm hoping others can hear me. So if you can chat in the chat box so you can hear me, that would be awesome. If you can't see the chat box, it's a blue box. It's got Chat Wing as the brand name. If you can't see it, hit refresh, and then it'll also probably need you to log in so that you can chat away in there. So you might need to log in via a social media channel, so via Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or Tumblr. So that's how you can use the chat box. And the chat box is so you can talk to me or ask questions during the training, and I can see your questions in there and I can answer them straight away. Because I always do a live Q&A as well, live question and answer time. I'll do that right at the end especially, but also throughout this training. So tonight we're going to be talking about Facebook advertising, and in particular boosting posts, because that is probably the most common or popular way of Facebook advertising, but there's ways of doing it really, really wrong or really, really right. And I really want to steer you in the direction of really right versus wrong, so that you're not wasting your money, because I've been helping some people with their Facebook ads and they're not converting into sales whatsoever, and it's like a money down the drain, and I don't want that for you. So I thought if I could help you a bit, do a bit of screen sharing, show you behind the scenes of what I do and what I suggest and recommend and how I get better conversions from it. Tani's here. Hi, Tani. Fantastic. Thanks for that, Tani. So I know where Tani comes from. She's from Geek Business School Group, but anyone else that's joining us, please feel free to chat or type away in the chat box. It's below this video. You can also move the chat box. So for example, if you're on an iPad and you want to move the chat box up beside the video so you can view and type at the same time, you can disconnect it. By the top right hand side, there's two rectangles. If you click on that, it'll disconnect it, and you'll be able to move around the screen. If you're having a trouble typing in the chat box, troubleshooting wise, sometimes you have to refresh the screen, sometimes you have to log in by social media. Usually Facebook's the most popular one, and that's how you can chat away to me. I got Crystal, who's here as well. Hi Crystal, thank you for being here. Crystal's my fairy cupcake helper. She does some she helps me out in these webinars and posts links and helps answers questions if I get a lot of questions. So I call Crystal my cupcake or fairy cupcake helper, because that's just fun. All right, we are going to start very shortly because I don't like to waste anyone's time, and I do like to start bang on time. So like I said, we are talking about Facebook advertising, and in particular boosting posts. How to boost a post for $10 so that you make $100 in one day. And I am going to show you how to do that tonight. We're going to be covering basic Facebook advertising and what you need to know to start out with, or to get better conversions. If you've done a little bit of boosting before, boosting posts or Facebook advertising, but not really had any results or made money out of it. Okay, I'm big on the conversion, making money from spending money. That's my thing. That's what I love. All right, and Stacey Green's here as well, and she can hear me. Awesome. So Stacey, how did you hear about tonight's this video training? If you could pop that in the box for that, that would be awesome. Anyone else that's joining us as well, feel free to chat away in the chat box below the video, and let me know where in the world you are as well. Where do you live, Stacey? If you don't mind me asking, of course, where in the world you're popping in from and how you heard about this video training tonight. All right, so I'll give a quick overview of Facebook advertising, and we're going to get straight into it within like 2 minutes. So Facebook advertising, I'm a big fan of. Now, I'm not a fan of many paid advertising. For example, in your local newspaper, I actually don't encourage that or recommend that. I don't actually use Google ads myself. I've never spent a dollar on Google advertising, so I have no experience in that. But what I have experience in is Facebook advertising, and it's a very powerful tool for your cake business, for getting inquiries, for getting orders, and for making money. You can very easily see a conversion on your sale, or conversion on your advertising, bang for buck. Oh, you're in my Facebook group, so Cake Business School Facebook group, and you're in Melbourne. Beautiful. Thanks, Stacey. All right, so why you can see a bang for your buck? Because Facebook is a very powerful platform, because it's gathered a lot of information about each person, each profile that is set up. So when you do a Facebook ad, you can target really specific stuff. So what I mean by that is you can target a location. You can be a city or a suburb or a country. You can target an age, being, you know, a 19-year-old, a 24-year-old, between 25 and 45. You can target a sex, so being, you know, male or female. You can target interests. So it could be somebody who's liked a bridal magazine. So thinking of, you know, your target marketing. If you're wanting more engagement cakes and wedding cakes, you can target people who like bridal magazines or a bridal expo. If you're targeting birthday cakes, you can target people who have children between the ages of 6 and 10 years old. Can you see how powerful that is? Because that information is within Google, because people give it to Google really freely, and your Facebook ad can then be targeted, really highly targeted to that traffic, so that you are spending your money really wisely on really highly targeted traffic, that you're far more likely to get an inquiry, get an order, make more money. Okay, so that's a bit of an overview of Facebook. That's why I'm such a big fan of it. All right, so we're going to get into tonight's training. Tani's comment is saying, I check my local paper all the time. I've never seen a decorator baker advertised. I've done it once, maybe twice, can't remember now, but once definitely before. I think it cost me about $100. I even got an article with it, and I had zero cake orders and zero inquiries. So I had zero conversion on that ad spend. There's even other ways you can promote yourself, being, you know, at the markets, for example. It only costs $10 to show up the markets. You can make money selling cakes, and that's how you get inquiries as well. So that's why I never recommend print media advertising platforms. All right, let's get into tonight's training. All right, so like I said, we're talking a lot about boosting a post, because that's one of the most common ways, I suppose, people do Facebook advertising, and in particular, how to boost a post for $10 and make $100 in one day. And I'm going to get into that of how we do it. All right, so I'm going to screen share with you. I'm going to show you my Facebook advertising platform. If you can just type in the chat box that you can see this new screen for me, and then I'll get straight. Bear with me for a moment. That one. All right, if you can tell me, you can see my Facebook page, business page, being Cake Business School, and then we can get started. All right, if any time during tonight's training you have a question, please type it away in chat box. Crystal will answer for me if I'm busy talking away, which I do, but I'll come to it at the end. We'll have a live Q&A session or question and answer time at the end of tonight's training. If you need to go to the toilet, do a dunny run now so you don't miss any goodie stuff later. Grab because I'm a big fan of learning while jotting down notes. You're going to remember and absorb the information a lot better. This training, the recording, will be available for 24 hours, and then it's only available to Cake Business School enrolled students. Oh, and while I remember as well, at the end of tonight's training, I do have a special gift for people who stay on to the end. And yeah, so it says stay to the end to hear what that is. All right, I'll see if people can see it. Thank you so much. All right. So like I said, Facebook is very powerful for targeting your ads because you can target age, sex, location, interests, and topics and organizations. It has a lot of targeting algorithms, I suppose, within its features, which I've not found on any other platform, being Instagram or Google Plus or anything like that. So there's very 4 basic ways of advertising. Remember, this is going to be a very brief overview. It's not going to be hugely in-depth because there is a lot of little things to Facebook advertising, but we're very much going to do an overview and get to a boosted post example, okay? 4 ways of advertising. So one, on your very homepage of your business Facebook page, you'll see up here on the top right hand side there's a promote button. So promoting, you can promote a call to action, promote a website, promote your page, invite friends, and then it has here go to Ads Manager. So that is one way that you can advertise. While in saying that, I'm also going to recommend you don't use that button, okay, because it doesn't convert as well. One of these 4 ways I'll show you is the best way, okay? So I just wanted to let you know it's there, and I don't recommend using it. All right, second way is in your newsfeed. As you scroll down, you'll notice that you have a boost post button. All right, so I do lots of different types of posts. So for example, I'm sharing about this free live video training. I have a YouTube video I could boost. I have a member share. So our enrolled students in Cake Business School get member shares on their social media platforms. I'm looking for guest bloggers I could boost. I have these inspirational quotes that I share. And another blog post, a tutorial that's on our website. So any of these I can boost. This boost button on your business page, while it's an option for Facebook advertising, again, I'm going to say I don't recommend it because now this third option is the best one. There is a Facebook Ads Manager, and that's where I want you to do your Facebook advertising because you get a better conversion in there. I can't tell you why that this promote button and boost button don't get as good as results as in Facebook Ads Manager, but they just don't, okay? So that's within my experience, and that's within other Facebook advertising managers' experience, and I've had their recommendations not to use those two ways. All right, so how you get to the Facebook Ads Manager is you can click here and it's got go to Facebook Ads Manager. So clicking the promote button. And the second option is in your very top right hand side where you've got your arrow drop down. So it's got all my Facebook pages, then it's got create pages, create groups, then it's got create ads, manage ads. I usually go via this way, manage ads. So this is going to Facebook Ads Manager. Now, if you haven't created an ad before, it might not have the manage ads option. It might just have create ads option. But I just wanted to show you where it is. After you've created your first ad, then you will have your manage ad option. Okay. So this Facebook Ads Manager, this is where I do all my Facebook advertising. This is where I recommend that you do it as well because you get a better result. Now the fourth option, I'll just show you just so you know it and where it is, and if you hear it in the future, you'll be familiar with it. But it's called the Power Editor, which is right here. Now the Power Editor is for somebody who is very experienced in Facebook advertising, has a very large budget, has a large following, and wants some very specific, I don't even know what the word is, very specific results, I suppose. I don't even use Power Editor, okay? So I just wanted you to know it's there. And it's another form of advertising within Facebook advertising. But when I talk about Facebook advertising, I'm talking about Facebook Ads Manager, which is here. All right. Within Facebook Ads Manager, to create an ad, this top right-hand side green button, Create Ad, that's where you do it. So this all down here, as you can see that I'm currently doing some advertising. The last 7 days I've spent $211, and I've got some ads that are running here. So the ones that are currently running are active, green active, and the ones that aren't running, it says not delivering, and then they're gray, the dots. And then it shows me some results, being how many post engagements or website clicks per dollar, and how much it costs per click or per engagement, and total amount spent. Just so you know, that's a dashboard, and that's how you review your results of your advertising spend. All right. Excuse me. All right, so let's get into creating a boosted post. So we go into the drop down. Sorry, I've forgotten the word. Manage ads, and now we're going to create ad. All right, so we're talking about boosting posts, and I haven't even put a post on my business page. Don't get me wrong, I could do that first, then come in here into the Facebook Ads Manager and click Boost Post, but you don't have to. That's what I'm getting to, I suppose. You can do it from your website page, come in here and do your targeted aspects of the ad to get better results, or you can come in here and do a post that isn't even on your page, but it's just going to create one which will then be advertised. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you do it. So let's say I'm boosting a post for, and it automatically gives my I've got 5 business pages that I manage, so I'll go to the Angel Foods page. So I click on it and it's bringing up automatically. Are on my timeline, what posts I've posted on my business page, and I can click one of them if they're the ones that I'm going to boost, and I'll give them in chronological order from the most recent that you've updated to and then goes back in time. So you can choose one, you know, from a week ago if that's what you're wanting to do. But right at the top it also says create new page post, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, and now I've got the option of creating that post. I'm just checking if anyone's got any questions in the box before I keep going. All righty. No, all good. All right, so back to creating a post. All right, when you're boosting a post, you've got to be a little bit thoughtful and strategic when you're advertising it. I was recently helping a client with her Facebook ads, and she said she was having seeing no results from, and she had a beautiful picture of, I think it was a wedding cake or engagement cake, white and gold and a flower, and she boosted that post and boosted that image. While it was a beautiful image, she had no writing or sales copy with that post, and it had no call to action. It gave no direction or instructions of what you wanted a person to do. So when you're boosting a post, you got to think, what is the end result? What are you aiming to do? So yes, you want more cake orders, but you don't actually get a cake order from a post. What you need are cake inquiries. Okay, so your aim, you got to think of what is your primary objective of that ad. You know, okay, I want cake inquiries, because from cake inquiries and quotes, that's when I convert them into sales. That's when I book the order, right? So it's with a combination of 3 things. You need a title to attract them. an image and then a description. So you want a really beautiful image that attracts the eye and, you know, obviously isn't dark or blurry or something like that. So I'm going to grab a photo. So click on photo and that says upload photos or videos. You can create a photo carousel. So the carousel are those ones that have the, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 moving. Personally, a huge fan of the photo carousels, but if you want to try a Facebook ad, you certainly can. You can create a photo album. Excuse me, I didn't even feel that one coming. You can create a photo album. That's a really new feature here in Facebook, and create a slideshow. I'm just going to create a basic one-off photo. So upload a photo or video. And I'm going to go grab one of my generic cupcake images. Photos. Cupcakes. Beautiful. We'll do my 4 cupcakes. All right, so I've grabbed my image and then it says say something about this photo. So I'm just going to copy some text that I've written up. So remember that you need to have give people a direct call to action. You've got to tell people exactly what next step you want them to take. Okay, you can't assume or presume or leave them guessing or give them multiple options. You want to give them one direct call to action. That's their next direct step that you want them to take. Okay, and then you're hinting at a problem and creating a solution. So what I mean by that is click here. That's my direct call to action. Click here so you don't forget your next birthday to get a free quote and free box of cupcakes. So call to action, problem, solution. Don't forget your next birthday. That's a problem. Get a free quote and a free box of cupcakes. That's the solution. And then I can expand on that further. Contact me today for a free quote and get a free voucher for a box of 12 cupcakes valued at $40. And I will even remind you of the birthdays coming up during the year so you don't forget. So essentially you're making a little bit fun, adding a little bit of personality in that second paragraph. Again, giving them direct call to action. Contact me today for a free quote. So we're wanting people to get quotes from you once you have that, their contact details being their name, email address, phone number for that quote. You can obviously potentially convert them into a sale, a potential customer, potential client. And how I'm doing that, how I'm hooking them or making them interested is I'm offering a free voucher for a box of 12 cupcakes. And that is my, I suppose, opt-in or freebie offer that I'm willing to give somebody to become a new potential customer. And that voucher will say valid for, 3 months. It will say with an order over $100, and it will say the T's and C's or fine print could be for a list of birthdays in your family, because now you have their contact details, their name, phone number, email address, and a list of birthdays in their family. That's really, really powerful marketing material, being you can stay in contact and remind them of the birthdays that are coming up via email, via text message, via phone call, via Facebook message, whatever your preferred method of contacting people. And people will think that's actually a service to them because you're going to help them out, remind them that it's coming up. And so they get to book in with you. So when you're putting together a boosted post, you need to think about a little bit what you're actually offering. It's not saying, hey, order from me. It's saying, hey, here's how I can help you. Excuse me. All right. Now, depending if you have a website or not, if you have a website with a contact form, so one that says, enter your inquiry here for a free quote, I would put that link below. at the bottom, as you again direct call to action, click here and put the hyperlink, put the URL, the website link. If you don't have a website page that has a contact form that would suit this ad, this boosted post, what you could do is say comment below. That could be your call to action. So up here would be comment below, so you don't forget your next birthday. Again, it will be here, comment below today for a free quote, and add the words comment below with your email address. Just get one bit of contact information that you can then follow up. You've actually then got two bits of contact information, because if they've commented below, you've then got their Facebook page that you can click through to and Facebook message them. Okay, so either connect it through to your website page, a contact form, or get them to comment below. It can be as easy as that. All right, so I've given them the three elements of a boosted post. You've got to have the title, the image, a good quality image, and a description. So title, description, and the image. And remember to have in the very first sentence, the very first title, to have a call to action, a problem, and a solution, because that gets people's attention, thinking, okay, what's in it for me? And then you've told them how you can provide that solution. All right, now I'm going to hit save unpublished post. All right, so now I can set the audience and the budget. So this is the magic of targeting right here. Okay, so don't worry about the choosing a custom audience at the top. What you hear is is the locations, and you can target your town. So you don't have to target all of Australia. Australia comes up automatically. I can just hit the cross. Gone is Australia. Brisbane. I just start typing it in. It'll drop it down. I click on it. So it's going Brisbane plus 25 miles. So you can obviously change that to what radius you want, and you can choose what suburbs you want. Okay, but imagine if you put in Townsville, Moranbah, Sydney, northern suburbs of Sydney, Adelaide. Put in your town, and already you're reducing, you're not targeting or advertising to all of the Australia, you're targeting to your town, but it gets even better than that. If you watch over this right-hand side, as I'm targeting my ideal customer more and more, the potential reach here is going to go down and down. Okay, it's going to get more highly targeted, more niched. The next one you go to is the age, and you think about your target market. Now remember, target market, in Cake Business School, we have a module all about how to identify and nut out who your target market is. But being very broad and specific, if we're going for people who are ordering birthday cakes, I've put an image of cupcakes up. Remember, if you're targeting wedding cakes, you're going to want a wedding cake image up. If you're targeting engagement cakes, put an engagement cake image up. Birthday cakes, put up a birthday cake image if you want, okay? But let's go pretend it's a birthday image, or birthdays we're targeting. Think about mums. They're usually between, 20 and 50-year-old, who are more likely to purchase off Facebook, who has a credit card. For me, it's usually people over the age of 23 who purchase off Facebook, who have a credit card, but people over probably 45 to 50 don't really purchase from Facebook. So I change the age brackets. Instead of male and female, I change it to female, because that is my target market. Now look at the potential reach. We're down to 500,000 people. Brilliant. All right, because it's getting less and less, it's getting more and more targeted, you're going to get more bang from your buck. Languages, I put in English. It's English all. So I just put EN and the drop down comes up. English UK, English US. So for example, obviously somebody who speaks German might not necessarily order from you. All right. Now more detailed targeting. So here you can add demographics, interests, or behaviors. It can be a Facebook page that they like. You can target those specific people. It can be a specific interest, or a publication, or a person that they follow. What would that mean? So again, it could be a wedding publication, if you're targeting engagement cakes and wedding cakes. Essentially, you got to go more into the mind of your target market and nut out more of their interests. I wonder if children, stay-at-home mum. So it's got houses valued demographic-wise between 350 and 499. So I've got stay-at-home mums as a title. I can target that if I want. Here we are. Typing the words mum with child, you can now target parents with adult children, parents with early school age children, parents with teenagers, parents with preschoolers, parents with preteens, parents with toddlers, anniversary within 30 days, friends of anniversary within 30 days. Do you see how highly targeted that is? So let's go. So I typed in the word mum with child, parents with early school children. All right, now I've got 17,000 as my target market. Let's say I had an image that was perfect for early school age children. Okay, see how powerful that is. All right, that is it for the targeting. Now we go down to the budget and spend. How much you spend on Facebook is completely up to you. It's not just going to take your money without your permission. You literally tell Facebook how much you want to spend. And it can be a daily budget or it can be a lifetime budget. Lifetime budget being, you know, you just want to spend $10, $10 only. Once that's gone, you don't want to spend anymore. Or you can do a daily budget and keep coming back in and turning it off when you want to turn it off. If you're not a fan of trusting Facebook, go a lifetime budget, and then you change the amount to say $10, and you can give it a start date and an end date, so you can have that run over a week if you wanted to. For $10, I would suggest about 48 hours. All right, so a budget I set for $10. Now, everything else that Facebook puts in here, for it automatically sets it for post engagement. I let Facebook do what it wants in there. It's going to, because it says let Facebook set the bid that helps you get the most post engagements at best price. That seems like a no-brainer to me. That seems like, you know, let Facebook do what they do best. That's what they do, and they're not going to, I suppose, screw you over. They do it as best they can. The beauty of targeted advertising is that the more targeted you are and the better your ads convert, you actually get your ads for cheaper because you're doing so well. Facebook actually rewards people for doing targeted marketing or targeted ads well. So just to let you know that as well. All right. And then you can change the name of the ad set just when you're back on the main dashboard, just so you can clearly see which ad it is. So you could write, for example, boosted post with cupcakes. And then it's got Brisbane 23 to 45-year-olds. I'll leave it as that. That's a pretty good description of what I just did. Then you can choose creative ad set. So this is bottom right-hand side. That means you can change the image here if you want to. All right, so it says ads, select media, text, and links to create one or multiple ads. Okay, so it gives you the option, you can do desktop news feed, and it's giving you a bit of a preview of what that will look like. Then you can do a mobile news feed. You can do a desktop right column. For the most part, I leave those three. Sometimes I take the right column off. I sometimes don't see it convert as well, but that's completely up to you. To take it off, you just hit the remove button. All right. And that is it. Basically, you then hit place order, leave up to 24 hours for your ads to be approved. If you use like foul language or inappropriate pictures, for example, obviously your ad won't be approved. If it was a naughty cake, for example, or the word ass, for some reason, it doesn't approve the word ass. I don't have a problem with that, but apparently Facebook does. That's okay. Hit place order. Usually it's actually approved within like 5 minutes, sometimes an hour or two, but it can be as long as 24 hours, just so you're aware of that. Now, when I say spending $10 in one day can make you $100, that is because if you target your ad, give a direct call to action, and get inquiries, your average spend should be for a $10 ad, for $10 Facebook advertising, expect to get one, let me say it properly. All right. Each inquiry will cost you between $1 and $2. Expect that type of ad spend, that it costs between $1 and $2 to get a inquiry or contact form or a comment. That's on average. That will change for everyone depending how good your sales copy is, being your words, how good your images are, and how good your call to action is. So imagine from a $10 ad spend that you get 5 cake inquiries, 5 to 10 cake inquiries. You should get at least 1 cake order and $100 profit. That is why when I say spending $10 Facebook advertising makes you $100 in one day, because it can and it should, as long as you're following the directions or instructions or the training that I just gave you. So this training and more on it is in Cake Business School about Facebook advertising, as well as more about target market, because you've heard me say that word, and those descriptions a lot. Ideal customer, potential client, ideal customer avatar. It all means getting inside your head and stopping and thinking what's in it for them, because that's all they're thinking about. I promise you, they're not thinking, I want to buy a cake. There's more behind it. All right, so I did say to you at the end of tonight's training, I have a free gift for you. Wondering whether to do that now before live Q&A. I'll do that now, and that way anyone that needs to go, has kiddies, got to wash dishes or anything else, can go, and we'll do a live Q&A. But the free gift I wanted to do tonight, this is the first time I'm doing it. I'm really rather quite excited. Sorry, I'm just getting out of that screen while I was thinking about it as well. Okay, so for the first 10 people who enroll in Cake Business School tonight, for the first 10 people, whoever does enroll next, I will help you personally to boost your ads. So whatever ad you're thinking about doing, I'll sit down, nut it out, nut out the sales copy, nut out the image, nut out the call to action, whatever the problem is, what the solution is, and how you get people to contact you and get them to convert them into sales. So first 10 people to enroll in Cake Business School, I will personally help you boost your Facebook ads. So that should be really fun. That's rather exciting. So to enroll in Cake Business School, the button is just underneath the chat box. So feel free to enroll then, and enroll now, I should say. And I'll contact you as soon as you're enrolled to organise helping you with your boosting your posts and your Facebook advertising. I do love Facebook advertising. All right, so we are at the end of Facebook advertising training. If you're not a member of Cake Business School or an enrolled student, I'd love to have you join us, and I'd love to help you with your Facebook advertising if that's what you need help with. And we'll have a live Q&A session now as well. So if you've got any questions at all about Facebook advertising or anything to do with Cake Business, let me know, and I'll stay here until we until there's no questions left. All right, I'm going to swap these screens around. Beautiful. Love it when I get technology right. It's very humid again tonight. All right, let me hit refresh on the chat box. I'll see if anyone's got some questions at all. So like I said, it can be about Facebook advertising. It can be about getting more cake customers. It can be about growing cake business, websites, social media, anything at all. I'm pretty much like an open book, a pirate, a pirate with an open book. All right. All right, we had some feedback about how people join the group. That's brilliant. So did anyone have any questions at all? Excuse me. I've had a cold for the last, I think, like week and a half. It's a very big week. I don't know. Oh, I did kind of tell you guys I was having custody issues, really nasty ones, because when are they good ones? Yeah, we actually had a bit of a win. We had to go to court last Tuesday, and we saw Miss Five, my boyfriend's daughter, for the first time on Saturday. We haven't seen her for 7 months. Yeah, and that was really, really good. Like, yeah, she's amazing. She inspires me every day, to be honest, to be a better person. So we got to see her play, gave her presents, and we visited Super Gran, which is Glenn's grandmother. We all call her Super Gran because she's like amazing. What else did we do? We just did normal stuff, played in the veggie garden. It was a great day. Great day. So we actually now get to see her every Saturday until next court date. But anyway, thanks, Tani. Appreciate it, All right. Did anyone have any questions at all? Otherwise, I can keep talking, but in all honesty, I'll start coughing, and I don't want you to hear that because the coughing gets chunky. Last week, I was going through the stage of where everything tasted like snot, and I was eating some jerky, and I'm like, ooh, salty snot, yummy. Yeah, it's awesome, Tani, to be seeing her now and just hanging out. You know, I don't know, just firm believer that children should have a healthy and happy relationship with both parents. Me and Glenn, we both come from what is it called, like a universal family, where, you know, two biological parents and biological siblings live together. Like our parents, well, actually my parents are divorced now, only 5 years ago. Glenn's parents are still together. So having you know, step parents and step brothers and half sisters and things like that, it's a hard one to navigate. It's not easy. I'll put it that way. Really, really not. So I suppose it's just dealing with it the best way that you can. The best jerky guy is on your side of town. We actually make our own jerky. Who's that jerky guy, Tani? Yeah, we actually make our own jerky because, well, I don't know if I've told you, but my boyfriend is like super hot. I do adore him. And he's very domesticated. He looks after me very well, which I do love. So for example, I come home and nearly every evening, probably 80% of the time, he'll have a cooked meal for me when I walk in the door. I really, really love that. I'm very lucky. I know I'm lucky, and he's actually a pretty good cook. He's better than I am. Don't tell him. Okay, you can tell him because he already knows. Then, for example, I wanted to do a veggie patch months and months ago. I've actually wanted it for years, and we bought our own house, you know, the house we live in this year. So I kept nagging the boyfriend, can we please have a veggie patch? And one day he helped me. Well, when I say helped, he did it all, but dug up the veggie patch. And then I kind of got bored with it and didn't really do anything. So he kept looking after the veggie patch. So it's still alive because of him. I do adore him. But yeah, he makes his own jerky as well. makes really amazing batches. It's like honey, garlic, cayenne pepper. There's a bit of garlic pepper and onion powder in there. I don't know what else he puts in it. It's just amaze balls, whatever it is. Usually have like a venison jerky. So good, but he makes a lot. Like he makes usually 4 big bags full, and the bags would be worth like $75 each, and we go through all of that. Okay, so you're saying next to Tingalpa Pub is the jerky. Tingalpa Pub. I don't know that I've been there. Yeah, I am lucky. All right, and Crystal, one of my friends makes a nice chili jerky. We like to do like the cayenne pepper one, and we call it like burning ring of fire or something. And then, yeah, we give that all to our friends because we get sick of it by the end. So we give it to everyone, and then they love us even more. Don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Hottie Boyfriend. To be honest, you probably haven't. He's not keen on face photos. And I won't ever show photos of Miss Five, like not her face, unless, you know, she's like looking away or something, because that's respecting her privacy until she has a choice. Sometimes you'll get like the backs of Hottie Boyfriend. Sometimes when I'm fishing, I've got photos with him, but mostly it's me. Did I tell you that he bought me a present the other day? It's like nearly first time ever he's bought me a present. Don't get me wrong, he buys me chocolate all the time, but he'd come home and he'd gone to Kmart and he had found a tripod to hold my phone, because I'm always taking videos of myself, like for, you know, training and Cake Business School, and he bought me a selfie stick to take selfies of myself. Oh, I didn't think I was that bad. But anyway, that was sweet of him. Let's go with that. Oh, Tani, Veggie Patch is awesome. Like, we had zucchini. They didn't do really well, but we had, you know, about a dozen zucchini, heaps of tomatoes, so easy. Capsicum we're into now. We just pulled the corn out because they didn't do real well, and we're going to do like peas or beans. I think we're doing beans. When I say we, it's a royal we. He's doing it. I did some weeding this afternoon. It's like first time in months. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, it's just the best fun. I'm just happy looking at my veggie patch. Like simple things in life, I reckon. All right, so Kirsty's here. Hi, Kirsty. Sorry, we got on a random tangent. She likes the ideas of vouchers to motivate them to at least inquire. So the vouchers that you offer, do you just email them a voucher or actually post one out? No, I email them a PDF voucher. So it obviously costs you absolutely nothing, and really quite easy to make. You can do it as simply in a Word document if you want. But it's 2 great programs that I use. One is PicMonkey, PICMONKEY.com, or Canva.com, CANVA.com. They can make really pretty PDF ones within a couple of minutes, and obviously you can save it and just change the expiry date and conditions if you're wanting to from time to time. Or you can host them on your website if you want to get really techie, and just send them the link to the website and they just print it off from there. But you can just attach it to an email as a PDF. Yeah, it gives the incentives that they actually are more likely to inquire. And once they've also got the voucher, they're also likely to book in because they want to use the voucher. So yeah, multi-purposeful. And not only that, if you can get birth dates in exchange for that voucher, you've then got marketing material. It's I think genius, because cupcakes to me don't cost a lot to make, not if they're simple buttercream ones especially, and a simple flavor. And if it's for an order, for example, over $100, you're already making profit. It's easy to smash up cupcakes in my world, because if you're trying to build up a business and get more cake inquiries and get more cake orders, you should be pretty happy to hand out some vouchers, I would think. All right. Okay, so Tani says, my brother-in-law makes his own. Is that his own jerky? I'm guessing so. That's where we were up to in the conversation. But he's in Moranbah. I've heard of somebody in Moranbah that's got a really big production. My brother-in-law's friend with him. I can't think of his name though at the moment. So you only get it at Christmas time. And you've seen a fishing one, probably a fishing photo of Hottie Boyfriend. Yes, so thanks, Crystal, putting that link in there, pickmonkey.com, and the other one is canva.com. I'm going to guess Crystal's going to put that link in there for me. Did you want to chat more? Have you got any more questions at all, guys? Otherwise, I'll leave you to get on to your stuff tonight. You know who I'm talking about. I think he just bought like a big cool room or something. He just upped his ante with his jerky biz. He does it like he works, say, 4 days on, 4 days off, and he has a pretty big production line in his 4 days off. He's like fully booked out. That's about as much as I know. Excuse me. Sorry for coughing at you. How's the audio been on these trainings too, guys? Because I don't use the earphones, I have to get, well, I'm assuming I do. I've been told I should get earphones, and it has like a little speaker in it, and it gets a bit of a clearer audio. So I just currently talk at the computer, talk at the laptop. And I just want to check how the audio is for you guys, if you can hear me relatively okay. I know it'll be a bit blurry and a bit laggy being on, you know, Google Plus Hangouts, or, you know, YouTube Hangouts, I think it's called. But yeah, I wondered if it was okay quality, probably like a little bit better than Skype it should be. Thanks, Christy. But if you've got questions anytime, feel free to email me, or you can find me in Cake Business School Facebook group anytime. Okay, Tani said the audio's been good, but a little bit funny for a sec, then fix itself up. Yeah, that's pretty normal, I would think. Like the same as like Skype, sometimes it goes funky and then it's fine again. Crystal's had to reload a couple of times tonight, but not sure if it's my end or whose end it is. I think you said that last time as well. I don't have any storms or anything this time. Not sure, Crystal. Audio is good for you too, Christy. Beautiful, thank you. Tiny said hers slowed down a bit, but need to think about it, but didn't need to reload. All right, sweet. All right, that's the end of tonight's training. Coming up, I'm going to be doing training on 2016 goal planning. It's one of my favorite things. Sounds boring, but I've got so many favorite things. But for example, if you have an income goal of earning, say, 40,000 for the next year, I'm going to show you how to plan and how to hit those goals, hit those marks. So how much you want to earn per week, per month, per year, and you know what sales you have to get and how to get those sales. So that one I'm going to be doing between Christmas and New Year's, after the Christmas stuff. I don't think I'll be doing a training next week because I feel like everyone will be too busy. We'll be very, very busy leading up to the week of Christmas. Crystal's excited about goal planning. High five. Nerds unite. Cake nerds. Yeah, thanks, Crystal. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. Such a nerd. Oh well, at least I love buttercream. All right, bye guys. Thank you.